Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your August 2016 General Tarot Card Read. Dee here, along with my dear friend Miss Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to say thank you so much for all of the support you guys gave us this month and coming up. We just appreciate all the likes and the comments and the shares and subscriptions. We've been overwhelmed. Thank you, Capricorn. We appreciate you and your positive energy, and we hope that we are bringing about that for you too. For those of you that may be new and just found us, welcome. We do things a little different here than most of the different readers. We give you actually three general reads to pick from. Lucy does a read, I do a read, and then we do a combined read, which gives you 3 reads. Now, that being said, it is a general read. If it does not fit with what's going on in your life, please look at your rising, your sun and your moon sign, or one of them, just to see if maybe that fits along a little bit better what's going on in your life, because that happens occasionally. We pull oracle cards for you. You guys got 2 this month. Sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 2, sometimes you get 3, which Lucy loves when that happens. She just scowled at me. And then we also have 2 cards for the overall of the month that we pulled from your year in review. So if you want to look at that, kind of see, because we've been following that, we've been told to do it, and we've been doing it, and it's actually really fit for everything that's been going on. Pretty much. So we're going to start with Lucy and the card that she pulled for you guys for the month, and that is
the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups is high energy, as you can see. The gentleman there, the person there, was rearing their horse, holding their cup high. So he or you could be in the mood for either celebrating or wooing or both. So the message here is enjoy. Yes, it is. You do enjoy. But it also says that you may need to seek a novel path to reach your goal. Something new, something you haven't done before. The caution here is daydreaming, letting romantic ideals take you from your path, have you chasing dreams that can't come true. Okay? That is the Knight of Cups. And now we have the 2 of Swords. Now the 2 of Swords, swords are your intellect. So you more than likely have an internal conflict going on. The swords are about balance and decisions and peace of mind and conflict resolution. So to make progress here, you need to make a decision. You need to look at what is going on. So take off the blindfold. You need to take deliberate action and decide. Reach for your resolutions, for your outcome. Go for it. Don't sit there and stagnate in indecision. Life is for the living. Next we have Judgment. Now, Judgment here is actually logic over intuition. It's change. It's also decisions. It's transformation. It can be upheaval, a little bit of an upheaval here too, but it's also success. It's about communicating with yourself, thinking over your life's choices and your life's decisions. Is it going to take you in another direction? You're being called to do that, okay? You're being called to make a choice here. Whether you ignore it is totally up to you, but you will not move forward. You will stay where you are, okay? So make your decision. Next is the 5 of Cups. Now the 5 of Cups is also, cups are about your emotions, so they're bound to that. As you can see, it's a loss, suffering, detachment, regret. The gentleman here is mourning the cups that are spilled and neglecting the cups that are right behind him, that have been there for him and that are still there for him. So this says mourning is a natural and necessary thing to do. If you have loss, you mourn. We as individuals mourn, but you also let go. He's neglecting to let go. So that's what you need to do here, is not to prolong your mourning. That is the caution. It can lead to stagnation for you. So engage your life. It's going to be painful. but it is also necessary. Now next we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is again sometimes viewed as the card of fate. It's also about change. Most of these actually are in this read. Now, change, destiny, good luck, a new direction, life cycles, all those things are rolled into the Wheel of Fortune. The events here are mostly positive. This card is a positive card. As long as you yourself are centered and grounded in who you are and what you want out of your life, even if something negative comes, as in most things in life, most situations are not all negative. They have some positive aspects to them too. So it is how you see it, how you view it, that is going to impact you the most. And the caution here is to don't blame circumstances for mistakes that you have made. Take personal responsibility. And then we have Temperance. Now, Temperance, it's an optimistic card too. It's about, I say yin and yang, opposites, you know. It's about control and harmony and balance and moderation and self-confidence. So it's finding your balance in your life. Approach your problems in a calm manner. Don't go from one extreme to the other, from one high to a low. It's just very draining on you. So moderate your life. Focus your personality and blend things together. Good directions, you know, lead to good decisions lead to good resolutions. Make the most out of what you have. Match your actions and your inactions to the situation. If it calls for you to do something, go ahead and act, but do it in a calm and confident manner, okay?
They've got pretty, with the 3 major arcana cards. They've got quite a month.
They do have quite a month here, and it seems to be mostly internal to me, mostly about their emotions too. Really.
Okay.
Decisions that need to be made. Sometimes it's not going to be easy for them to maintain their calm, maintain their balance, maintain their center, because they've got quite a bit going on. Even the conflict here is internal, and that can be one of the hardest ones to get through, is internal conflict with yourself.
Okay. So for my read, I pulled for you guys for the month Strength. Now, strength is all about courage. It's about taming the beast inside you to where you are walking alongside of it instead of it dragging you along. And it's almost a comforting thing in a way where you are in control and just having that inner strength and courage to move forward with your life. And I think that for you guys this month, that's going to be a lot about that. You need to rely upon your inner strength. Don't let the beast get a hold of you. Don't let your desires get a hold of you. Walk with them, control them, and it'll help you out this month.
Use them.
Yeah, use them. The first card I pulled is the 8 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups is usually about moving away from something that no longer serves you, especially of an emotional nature. And in a way, I think for you guys, you're going to have that. But I also think that in a way, you guys are searching for a missing component in your life. It's almost like you're leaving behind these things so that you can move forward. And you don't know exactly what you're going for, but you need to go out into the unknown to really see. And for some of you, I think this is of an emotional nature with your maybe relationships, or maybe it's time for you to strike out on your own. Maybe you've been in a relationship that's not been good for you anymore, and you need to now break away from it and move away. There's nothing wrong with that. For some of you, it may feel like there's a dark journey ahead, but remember, it's always the darkest before the dawn. And even though there's night here, your way is being illuminated. So watch for those little signs along your way that will show you what you need to be doing. And don't be afraid to talk to people about this. If you need that emotional support, especially since you need to in a way detach yourself from your emotions when you move forward. Then I pulled the Nine of Cups. Now, what's interesting to me is that you've got the Eight of Cups, and then you've got the progression of the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is all about that satisfaction. It's a contentment. It's having that self-fulfillment in your life. Now, in the Nine of Cups, in most of the suits, the woman is alone. Yet she's got this abundance about her. And it's a good thing because these are the things that she's accomplished on her own. And I think for a lot of you Capricorn, you know, it's that emotional fulfillment of the things that you've done right in your life. And I think you walking away from some of this will bring you to this point. So it's just a progression for you guys. Even though it feels dark to start off with an Eight of Cups, you're going to be going into the Nine of Cups, which will be that self-fulfillment, that contentment, that enjoying the moment instead of fretting about the future. Then the next card I pulled is the Emperor. Now the Emperor is interesting because he's the one that all the suits go to when they have questions, and all the other cards come to him because he's authority. He is rules and regulation. He is structure, and he sets boundaries. And I really feel that for you guys, you need to do that this month. You need to embody it. And doing that, you need to do it now, not for the future, but you need to do it now. And one of the things about this card is that he's sitting in front of a doorway, and he's telling you to stop. Quit looking forward into the future. You need to deal with the here and now. You need to set your boundaries so that you can eventually get to the point where you can move forward. So in a way, he's a stop check for you. So what's beyond him can wait. So what's beyond you in the future can wait.
It's going to have to.
It's going to have to. You need to focus on the here and now so that you can move forward. But
One step at a time.
it's just one step at a time. Exactly. Then next to the Emperor, I have the Three of Swords. Now the Three of Swords is a kind of an emotional one because if you see the swords are piercing the rose. And for some of you, the rose can indicate your heart. And in fact, a lot of the cards have a heart being pierced by three swords. So it's almost like the intellect has kind of hurt your heart, and there's been some other stuff and some thinking that you've done. This may also make you feel that you are sorry for things not going your way. It's almost like a petulance in a way because you're all upset because things didn't go your way. It may feel that you've got kind of a rejection going on or a wounded pride. And I think that for some of you, when you have to stop and quit looking at the future, you're going to feel like things aren't going to go your way. And I don't want you to feel that way because it's just, don't let that petulance ruin you, because if you let that ruin you, you won't be able to get to the next part in your life, which is about temperance. So the last card I drew is Temperance. Temperance is all about blending. It's about transforming two things into something new. It's a merger. It's kind of a focused attention on your work so that you can bring these things. And for a lot of it's in the cards, it's always like water and fire that are being blended together. Water being your emotions, fire being your creativity. So for some of you, you have to get to this point so that you can start blending things together in your life and move forward. And the thing that I like about this card is that she's got the stars underneath her, just showing that there's a new creation and new hope. So even though you may not feel things have been going your way this month, there's still new hope. This is necessary in order for you to blend about your creativity and your emotions so that you can move forward with your life and walk in courage and strength who you are. That being said, I'm supposed to talk the Siren because I had to get up and get the book because these cards that we've got, the Siren, which is kind of interesting. And I think this goes with Lucy's read and my read kind of in a way. This represents enchantment and dangerous allure. It's almost like you're focusing on things that you shouldn't be. It's almost like a temptation. And it can be even like an influence in your life. So it's like this, when you've got that allure and you've got that want, you can almost make wrong risks. It's almost like you make these risks that are not good for you. And it can lead you astray from what you have and focused in your life. And now it could be something as small as, you know, you seeing something at a store and pocketing it, you know, because you're like, I want that. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. You need to resist temptation, and then you need to move forward. You need to tell it to stop and voice your desires, harness your inner beast, and move forward. So this is just really a big caution for you guys. You need to be careful this month. Okay. And I think it fits both yours and mine.
Mhm.
Okay, now we're going to do the combined read. And the two cards that we pulled together are the Knight of Cups and Temperance.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Strength. Forgive me.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting is they're both facing the same way. And the Knight of Cups is about the emotional celebration, the forward movement.
Celebration, wooing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seeking a novel path to reach your goals, and don't letting daydreams or idealistic, romantic ideals lead you off your path. Chasing dreams that can't come true. So there's where strength comes in. That's you harness your internal intuition, your internal strength, your internal courage, fortitude, whatever. So enjoy.
Yeah, because you worked hard to get to this point, and it's okay to have that celebration time.
Yes, it is.
Because you worked hard.
Yes.
The Two of Swords with the Eight of Cups. It's the Two of Swords again, about making a decision, looking to yourself.
Internal struggle, yes.
And the thinking process. And then finally divorcing your emotions and moving away.
Making your decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is to me. That's the Two of Swords as your intellect, and it's warring. There's a war within. There's a conflict with your intellect and your heart.
Emotions.
And
yeah.
there's a decision that needs to be made. Courage. Face it with courage.
And don't be afraid to strike out into the unknown, even though
Yep.
it's not something you've ever really thought about. And I keep getting it's somebody with a relationship too. They're afraid to go out on their own, but they need to.
Yep.
You need to
take deliberate
move forward.
action.
Right.
That's what's needed here.
Right. Judgment with the Nine of Cups. Judgment is about that calling. The Nine of Cups is about having that satisfaction and living in the now and being happy with what you have and being fulfilled.
Yeah. Well, judgment is about that too. It's about listening to the music of your own heart. It's about listening to that call. Because in judgment, you make a decision. You decide what is best for you. You decide, don't be too selfish. Don't ignore the people in your life. But it's your decision to make. You face it with courage and action. You decide.
It'll bring you about satisfaction if you do too. It really will.
And then the Emperor and the Five of Cups.
Five of Cups is not seeing what's behind you.
Yes. Yeah. Five of Cups is not seeing what you have because you're suffering. Because you're still in the midst of your suffering. Well, it's time to set aside your suffering. Mourning is natural and necessary, but there is a time for it, and then there's a time to let go.
And I think that the Emperor is saying until you do that, you're not going to move forward. You need to, he's stopping you because you need to set your boundaries so that you can.
You could find yourself in the presence of an Emperor personality who's going to help you and give you guidance.
And structure.
Because that's what the Emperor is about. He wants the best, most healthy environment so we can be who we were meant to be.
So for some of you, it's embodying this, but for some of you, it's going to be getting somebody that's going to be able to help you with this.
Yeah.
So that you're not focused on just the cups you lost, but on the things that you still have.
We all lose.
And it's so funny because, again, you've got the Wheel of Fortune with another loss card, which is your Three of Swords.
But that's internal. This is all the Three of Swords is your intellect. It's all in how you view it most of the time. The turning of the wheel is going to turn. Life is going to happen. Good things, bad things. When you have hard times, good times usually follow. That's the steady state you need to keep yourself in. That's the center you need to find. You need to find your equilibrium with all of this because life is full of it.
And yes, sometimes things will not go your way, but it's going to be good for you to be able to do it because
follow bad.
Yeah, this is a good card because it's coming before. So even though you're going through this, your life's changing.
See it. You could have lost something, but what else do you have? I mean, really, a life is not just one aspect. It's the whole spectrum.
Right. So anytime Lucy and I draw the exact same card in the exact same spot, it's almost like a double whammy. So you guys are being double whammied this month when it comes to temperance. You are really being called to transform and to have that focused attention in your life. And don't be afraid to put the two things together to make them into one, so that you can...
The yin and the yang do not necessarily have to fight or war each other.
No. And the one thing I see too is the stars. You know, there's hope.
Yes.
And even though you're going through this hard time, there's hope.
Yes.
All right, Lucy's going to read to you the card that she pulled for you, the Oracle card. This one's called Ghostlands. So really listen to this. This is kind of fits.
You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and the future match exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps towards a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments, or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there. Nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most important, powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and the soul can see.
So don't be afraid to strike out on something new, but focus on the now. Don't get so caught up in the what ifs and the future that you don't see what's in front of you now.
Yes.
And don't be petulant about it. Just because things aren't going your way doesn't mean that there isn't going to be fulfillment in the end. Learn to balance that together. Walk with your strength.
Your yin and your yang.
Yeah, and enjoy the time. You've worked hard for a lot of this. So
Celebrate. You can, you know.
All right, Capricorn, thank you for spending time with us. We know you could be watching all sorts of different people, and we appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to spend with us. So we just hope that you have a wonderful month, and that we speak blessings upon you. And in the meantime, walk in peace, light, and love.
Goodbye.